Thank you very much. Young boy grows up in a small community in Outport, Newfoundland. He's in the fishery with his father. Late at night after the supper dishes are cleared away, his dad gets out his old Gibson J45 and sings Hank Williams, Marty Robbins, Lefty Frizzell, Johnny Cash, and he sings all the old Newfoundland songs as well. He teaches all this music to his son. Somewhere down the road, the fishery fails and the boy's father passes away, maybe as a direct result. And one night in a fit of passion or panic, the boy realizes that there is still one thing in this world that he knows how to do, that he's learned from his father. So we find the hero of our story well across the U.S. border. He's down in Nashville, Tennessee. He's down on Broadway. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. There's a little snow falling, if you can imagine that, in Tennessee. And he's busking. And this is his story. This is called The Boy from Old Perlican. I'm stranded in Nashville. I'm a boy from Old Perlican. I went busking down Broadway. I made $4 American. And I'm homesick and wishing I was still back home fishing. But all of those times are gone. How strange to be in Tennessee, singing Newfoundland songs. And I crossed over the border neath the light from the stars. I had the luck of the Irish. I had my daddy's guitar. It was a Gibson J45, and it's gonna keep me alive and comfort me midnight till dawn. How strange to be in Tennessee, singing Newfoundland songs. Oh, I know it isn't Hank Williams, though I can sing him as well. I sing Jimmy Rogers' Blue Yodel. I sing Lefty Frizzell. Lord, you know that I'm a stranger in Tennessee. I'm just a boy from round the bay. Yeah, but I know how to sing, boys, and I know how to play. 'Cause my daddy taught me these words, taught me these chords, and he taught me before he passed on. Oh, how strange to be in Tennessee, singing hard, hard times, singing Tickle Cove Pond. I'm down here singing the Star of Logie Bay, 'cause I'm the only boy from out around the bay could sing it that way 4 o'clock in the morning down on Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, I am. And if there is a small consolation here in these desperate times, all of these Nashville songwriters, they're all trying to look like Ron Hynes. How strange to be in Tennessee. Oh, how strange to be in Tennessee. Oh, how strange to be in Tennessee. Singing Newfoundland song. The Boy from Old Perlican. Would appear, dear, You have changed your mind. You have lost faith, and you're no longer mine. Yes, it seems, love, that your love is gone. Tell me, where does love go wrong? All those sweet dreams and those promises, and nothing's left now but this loneliness. How it haunts me through this whole night long. Tell me, where does love go wrong? Oh, there's a dark moon, and it shrouds the night, throwing shadows over love's pure light. Only gray skies, only dreary days. Oh, how do we ever lose our way? All those sweet dreams, those promises, and nothing's left now but this loneliness. And how it haunts me through this whole night long. Tell me, where does love go wrong? There's a dark moon, and it shrouds the night, throwing shadows across love's true light. Only gray skies, only dreary days. Oh, how do we ever lose our way? It would appear, dear, you have changed your mind. You have lost all faith, and you're no longer mine. Yes, it seems, love, that your love is gone. Tell me, where does love go wrong? Tell me, where did our love finally go wrong? Tell me, where does love go wrong? Where does love go wrong, honey? Probably the worst tragedy, I think, to ever hit the province of Newfoundland, at least in my lifetime, was the very tragic loss of 84 lives on the Ocean Ranger shortly after Valentine's Day by 3 in the morning in 1982. It was just the worst storm ever. Blew away an entire oil rig with the loss of 84 lives. So we sing this song tonight for the survivors of that tragedy, which of course are the friends and the families and the loved ones of those brave men. So remember them. Color is a heartache from a love lost at sea. What shade of memory never fades, but lingers to eternity? And how dark is the light of day that sleepless eyes of mine survey? Is that you, Atlantic blue? My heart is as cold. My heart is as cold. And my heart is as cold as you. How is one heart chosen to never lie at peace? How many moments remain, and is there not one sweet release? And who's the stranger at my to haunt my dreams forevermore. Is that you, Atlantic blue? My heart is as cold. My heart is as cold. My heart is as cold as you. I lie awake in the morning as the waves wash over the sand. I hold my hurt at bay. I hold the lives of his children in my hands. And whose plea will receive no answer, whose cry is lost upon the wind. Who's the voice so familiar that whispers my name when the night comes in, when the night comes in. And whose wish never fails to find my vacant heart on Valentine's. Is that you, Atlantic blue? My heart is as cold. My heart is as cold. My heart is as cold as you. As you. As you. God bless them, one and all. I dreamed it was 1962. I dropped a quarter and a jukebox, played a song for you. And I kissed you by the pinball king, listening to Del Shannon sing. And I had all his records, he was my favorite thing. That's all gone, it won't come back again. That's all gone, it won't come back again. And I woke, I put on my father's shoes, stood out in the front yard like he used to do, stepped across the morning sand, and the skyline only showed a sign of rain, and mine would be the only footprints that remained. That's all gone, it won't come back again. That's all gone, it won't come back again. There was something that I meant to say, yeah, yeah, but too many words got in the way, yeah, yeah. I dreamed it was 1962. I lit a fire on a beach and I lay in the sand with you, and we sang songs and then the rain would come. Straight across the fields we'd run, and you wrapped a sweater around my first guitar. I walked you home. That's all gone, it won't come back again. That's all gone, it won't come back again. There was something that I meant to say, yeah, yeah, but too many words got in the way, yeah, 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 yeah. And I dreamed it was 1962. Dropped a quarter and a jukebox, played a song for you. I kissed you by the pinball king, listening to Del Shannon sing. And I had all his records, he was my favorite then. Him and Brian Wilson, and that's all gone, it won't come back again. That's all gone, it won't come back again. 1962. Thank you. One of my favorite and fairly new literary works that's emerged from the province of Newfoundland in the past few years is a work by Randall Maggs that came out in February of 2008, and it's called Night Work, the Terry Sawchuk Poems, and it's a wonderful read. If you get a chance to pick it up, I truly recommend it. It's a wonderful read, and I could not help but be inspired to write this tune, so I thank Randall Maggs for his great inspiration. This is called Sawchuk. His father was Ukrainian, he was born Canadian. 1929 now, boys, under Manitoba skies. Hit the ice at the age of 12, the first of 1,000 scars he'd have. Lost a brother to a mystery pain, so he brought home the bruises then. And he'd never rode a train before, conscious of the clothes he wore. Hockey jacket and his brother's pants, and $10 pressed in his hands. Omaha to Michigan, leave Winnipeg in the wind. With the Red Wings on the losing end, it was Terry changed everything. Oh, the air is stale, the ice is slick, so you try to see the shot before it leaves the stick. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. And Terry turned them all back. Wave upon wave they'd attack. Foil the rocket and frustrate Hull. Take it on the chest or in the skull. Cheat the Hawks and the Maple Leafs. Leave the Habs in disbelief. And send New York whimpering and break Boston's heart again. The scar piles up on scar like he was in his own world war. It would hurt just to look at him, like the gangster in a Howard Hawks film. Then the mask that would hide his face, machine gun in a violin case. Take your best shot, let it come, 'cause this sweater reads #1. Until finally the puck feels like a brick, so you try to see the shot before it leaves the stick. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. Five years in the Stanley Cup, the crowd's wild as they lift him up. But when you win, they stand and cheer. When you lose, they hiss and jeer. The hometown crowd got no respect. You give your all, this is what you get. So be careful of what you wish, 'cause sudden death got a bitter kiss. And a hostile crowd, it cuts you to the quick. So you try to see the shot before it leaves the stick. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. The axe falls with the Boston trade, the top of a downhill grade. Olympia in slow decline, or something dark or biding time. He carried all that load. He was the darkest horse they ever rode. An ancient game with ancient laws. He was the best that there ever was, and the rest was a bad dream. Shuffling from team to team, he was done, it was all in ruin. Retired warrior at 41. Ballet and murder and time and space. 400 stitches to his face. It's about a week after his last game, and Terry Sawchuk's heart caves in. But he hears his brother's voice as he lays awake. Try to see the shot before it leaves the stick. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. Only Terry Sawchuk done that. Only Terry Sawchuk ever done that. Sawchuk. Thank you very much. I'm convinced that the single largest tragedy that happened to the Canadian songwriting community was the very sad and tragic loss of our good friend Gene Mclellan some years back. Gene was a great artist, a wonderful songwriter, and a true inspiration to all the Atlantic Canadian songwriters, everybody that you know and love in this part of the world. We all grew up listening to Gene Mclellan, and we're all the better for it. So this is for Gene. I know wherever there are good songs being played in Atlantic Canada, he's here. Godspeed, Godspeed. Forgave a sweet soul a desperate deed. His was a prison and he was freed. Godspeed. God bless. God bless. Was born out of sorrow or out of distress. Speculation is anyone's guess. God bless. God bless. God only knows what takes the petal from the rose, what makes the dark rivers overflow, and a lifetime come and go must be God's will, God's plan. That you put your hand in the hand of the man, you must have believed he would understand and forgive a sweet soul a desperate deed. Godspeed, Godspeed. And God only knows what takes the petal from the rose, what makes the dark rivers overflow, and a lifetime come and go. But goddamn, goddamn, you put your hand in the hand of the man. You must have believed he would understand and forgive a sweet soul a desperate deed. Godspeed, Godspeed, Godspeed. Godspeed, Gene Mclellan. Thank you very much, everybody. Well, it gives me great pleasure at this point in the show to introduce our special guest. And not much more than a decade ago, this young lady was actually doing the door for me down at the Ship at gigs that I played in St. John's, Newfoundland. And in that very, very short and brief time, she has come all the way to being one of the most exciting singer-songwriters in the Canadian songwriting community. So would you put your hands together and clap them profusely for Amelia Curran. Amelia Curran, everybody. Evening, young lady.
G'day, old man.
Young upstart.
Yeah.
So, is there any particular Ron Hynes song that you'd like to sing?
Not particularly, no.
No? Nothing really? Oh, okay, all right. Well, here, you're kind of stuck with this one, I'm afraid. Well, the harbor lights are gleaming, and the evening's still and dark. Seagulls are all dreaming, seagull dreams on Amherst Rock. And the mist is slowly drifting as the storefront lights go dim, and the moon is gently lifting as the last ship's coming in. And every sailor's got a story, some are true, some are false, but they're always wrecked, and they're up on the deck and dancing the St. John's Waltz.
We've had our share of history. We've seen nations come and go. We've seen battles rage over land and stage, 500 years or more. For glory or for freedom, or for country or for king, or for money or fame, and still there are no names on the graves where men lay sleeping. All the 9-to-5s survive the day with a sigh and a dose of salt. But they're parking their cars and packing the bars and dancing the St. John's Waltz.
My heart is out on the highway, and I'm sold on going off to sea. All the planes fill the skyway, and the trains run swift and free. Leave the wayward free to wander, leave the restless free to roam. If it's rocks in the bay, if it's old cliche, you'll find your way back home. But don't question, don't inquire what's been gained, what's been lost. In a world of romance, don't miss out on the chance to be dancing the St. John's Waltz. Oh, the harbor lights are gleaming. Amelia Curran, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Got a crimson red tattoo, keeps it hidden just above his t-shirt sleeve. It's a broken heart, the inscription reads, no love songs if you please. But he don't really mean that, it's his only cheeky tongue. And he stands up and sings one every night. He's a man of 1,000 songs, and he knows the street like he knows his last name, and he knows the city from the wrong side out. He knows that time is cruel, any man's a fool to hide the truth behind his mouth. And he knows the Duke of Earl and my girl. He knows the house of the rising sun, and the opening line on his marquee sign reads, a man of 1,000 songs. He knows an old hotel where a desk clerk will sell you your soul back reasonably cheap. Or this guy you could call if you were crawling the wall in the hole. The town's asleep, and he don't promise what he don't deliver. And keeps it all in the easy keys. He don't dream beyond his expectations, but he got the stance down to a D. And he got a friend in the backstage alley, got just a thing to make the night move along. And he's taking all requests, as you might have guessed. He's a man of 1,000 songs. And he knows an old hotel where a desk clerk will sell you your soul back reasonably cheap. Or this guy you could call if you were crawling a wall and the whole town's asleep. And he don't promise what he don't deliver. He keeps it all in the easy keys. He don't dream beyond his expectations, but he got the stance down. He got a friend in the backstage alley, got just a thing to make the night roll along. And he's taking all requests, as you might have guessed. He's a man of 1,000 songs. Whoa, whoa, he's a man of 1,000 songs. Here we go. Thank you very much. Not the voice of God, it was only rolling thunder. I stood outside the detox, and the night was rent asunder. Lightning lit the midnight sky, and the rain poured into my eyes, and the morning came, and I said goodbye. I went back into the world, back into the shadows, down the darkened alleys where the disappointed go. And I searched out a familiar friend, he reached out a welcome hand, and we set out to find our favorite poison. We were dry, we were bone dry. The darkness takes forever to die. When you're bone dry, this highway runs on for 1,000,000 miles. I knew a man who walked in fields of gold, with the wind in his sails and the sun on his shoulders. Down the line his heart and soul got colder. Now he's the windshield king and the unknown soldier. It was not the voice of God, it was only rolling thunder. So I checked back into detox, and I shook my head and wondered. Moonlight lit the midnight sky. I tried to close my eyes, and the morning came with the same sad surprise. I was dry, I was bone dry. The darkness takes forever to die, and the crucified no longer cry. This highway runs on for 1,000,000 miles. When you're bone dry, bone dry. Merci bien, thank you. Thank you very much. Kilkenney in the cold sun. And a year ago today, as the winter's cruel wind held sway, my father passed away. So all day long I think of him. I go out and I have a drink for him, and then I have another, and I have a thought for her, for his wife, for my mother. It was a military funeral. Flag folded, passed to my younger soldier brother, and he before my mother, and she with eyes of adoration. Hands held in supplication to you, ma'am, from a grateful nation. And how he managed that without a tear, I will never fathom. In 10,000 years, he the easiest to grieve. Heart forever on his sleeve, all straight, tall, in a smart salute. The old enduring warrior's truth, Kilkenney in the cold sun. And a year ago today, as the winter's cruel wind held sway, my old man passed away. These days I do all I can, like my old man. These days, with the state I'm in, sometimes I feel just like him. Feel like I'm standing in his shoes, in the very ones he would use on the watery decks on the Atlantic Sea. Look at me, 'cause it gets fairly uncertain up here in this slippery spotlight, my dear. Oh, I've been doing this for 30-odd years, and I'm still hardly quite there. But still, all in all, I do all I can, like my old man, like my old man, like my old man. 200 fools took all they knew, and they went to war, and he went too. That was my old man. When it was done, most of them came home, and he came too, but he would not stay on. So he sailed away for 30-odd years. He used to come home Christmas time, and in the young summer years, and my mom raised 5 kids on a wave and a prayer, and I got 4 of my own. And I talked to him on a phone, and I got all these lines on my face and my hands from the things I can't do for them. But still, all in all, I do all I can, like my old man, like my old man, like my old man. Oh, I've been drinking a bit, and I should probably quit. This won't be no top 40 hit, but I keep doing it all of these years, stuck up in this slippery spotlight, my dear. I guess just as uncertain up here as a red sky when morning clears. But what do I care? Seen red skies through years, like my old man, like my old man, like my old man, like my old man. Here's a little tune I wrote coming over in the cab. I think you're all gonna like it, though. This is called Who's the Father of That Child Who Looks So Much Like Me? Sonny left lives on a farm, on a wide open space. You could kick off your sneakers and give up the race. You could lay down your head by a sweet riverbed, but Sonny always remembers what it was his mama said. And Sonny carries a load, though he's barely a man. There ain't all that to do, still he does what he can. And he watches the sea from a room by the stairs where the waves keep on rolling. And they've done that for years and for years. Oh, Sonny, don't go away, I am here. Oh, help me out, come on. And your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. Come on. And the nights get so long, and the silence goes on. That was brutal. It's 100 miles to town. Sonny's never been there. And he goes to the highway and stands there and stares. And the mail comes at 4 with a mailman that's old. Oh, but he still dreams his dreams full of silver and gold. Come on, now give it your best shot. Here we go. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. Yes. I am here all alone. And your daddy's a sailor, never comes home. And the nights get so long, and the silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, I'm all that strong. Sonny's dreams can't be real. They're all stories he's read. They're all stars in his eyes and dreams in his head. He's all hungry inside for the wide world outside. And I know I'll never hold him, though I tried and I tried and I tried. Okay, here we go. Just the girls over 40. Yeah, like you, South 40 in a while, right? Just the guys under 20. Obviously, we have a mature audience here tonight, everybody. Okay, just me, not all that strong. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. And your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And the nights get so long, and silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, I'm all that strong. I've had a terrific time with you all tonight, everybody. Good night and God bless. You all have a safe home. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you all down the road. Thank you. God bless.